Alright, so an orchard owner knows he'll have to use about 6% of the apples he harvests for cider because they will have bruises or blemishes. He expects the tree to produce about 300 apples. So describe an appropriate model for the number of cider apples that may come from that tree. Justify your model. Okay, so this is a binomial situation. Okay, because this is a Bernoulli trial. Okay. Each of the apples is independent, the probability does not change, and we can have only success or failure. So, what is our mean number of apples going to be? It's going to be NP, which is 300 times 0.06. So, you expect 18 apples from each tree to be used for cider. Standard deviation, square root of NPQ. So, square root of 300 times 0.06 times 0.94. If we do that out, we wind up with 4.11 cider apples. Zoom this out a little bit. Okay. Now, we have to justify this. So NP has to be greater than 10. It is. So NP 18 is greater than 10. NQ has to be greater than 10, so that would be 300 times 0.94. So that would be 282. And that's greater than 10. So they're both greater than 10, so we can proceed accordingly. Okay. So then, problem B says find the probability there will be no more than a dozen apples, cider apples. Okay, so I'm going to do this using the normal model. You could do this one of two ways. You can do this. You could sum 0 up to 12. Okay, so that would be 12 choose 0, and that would be 0.06 to the 0, 0.94 to the 12th, plus dot dot dot, and that would be, I'm sorry, this would be 300 choose 0. And this would be 300 choose 12, and you would have 12 cider apples, and this would be 288 that weren't cider apples, and this is just binom CDF. You're going to do 300 comma 0.06 comma 12, and if you do that out, that's one way of doing it. You get about 0.085. But since we did this standard deviation and mean here, I'm going to do a z-score. So a z-score for 12, we would do 12 minus 18 over 4.11. And if you do that, you get negative 1.460. And no more than 12, so this would be 18. Z-score of negative 1.460, shade to the left, negative 99. So this is going to be norm CDF, negative 99 to negative 1.460. And it comes out to like 0.072. Yeah, this is an approximation. This is the exact answer. Either one is okay. Okay, and then the last question says that it's likely to have more than 50 cider apples. Okay, well, let's do a z-score for 50. So we do 50 minus 18 over 4.11. If we do that, we get a standard deviation of like 7.8. So that's 7.8 standard deviations above the mean. that's clearly more than 2 standard deviations. That's more than 3 standard deviations. That is very, very unlikely. Okay, so I would say no. It's the probability of that happening is rare, if not close to 0.